Hello guys, it's been a little while that I've talked to you guys about the TCG, or PTCG to be more specific, Pokemon cards. And today we're going to get into a very interesting topic about the new changes that are coming. For one, fairy types. That's why I'm going to be talking about this video. Fairy type Pokemon are going to be interesting in this format and so what coming up, whatever. But let me get to the point. For some reason, I couldn't find an image of this card on the internet, like a full-size image, whatever. So I just took a picture of it myself because I ended up buying the Sylveon box set that comes with all the EV forms, which I thought was pretty badass. Came with a little cool Sylveon figure and all that. But as you can see on the screen, here's a Sylveon card. As you can see, also it is the fairy type. Now let's look at the card real quick, because this card does give us some useful information on what my theories are about what's gonna happen with the fairy types and what's gonna change in PTCG. So you can see standard for like almost all EV forms has 90 HP, for the exceptions of like Vaporeon and Umbreon usually tend to have higher HP counts. And its first attack is called Disarming Voice, which for one fairy energy, and they even got their own energy too, which is to me it's kind of aggravating, since Dragon did finally just get its type but still doesn't have an energy for it. That's you know, a little aggravating, but it's all good, I guess. For one fairy energy, it does 20 damage, and the opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. So it's not that bad of an attack, honestly. For one energy, it does 20, and it's a guaranteed confusion, so that isn't too terrible. I actually think it's okay for stage 1. I mean, what else can you expect? I mean, I would have hoped maybe 30 more damage, maybe, hopefully, but that's probably asking for too much. Next one is Fairy Wind for 1 fairy energy and 2 colorless energy for only 60 damage. Yeah, that's pretty bad. For me, it's pretty bad. If it was for 3 energy, stage 1 only doing 60, I mean, yeah, again, it's a stage 1, but the EV forms aren't necessarily weak, so I would, you know, I guarantee, because this is a promo, so let's not forget that this is a promo. I guarantee that Sylveon cards later on in the future will be a lot better than this promo. Guarantee it. Maybe if the promo did at least 70 damage, it'd be okay. Then again, I don't even intend to play it. I don't know if you guys will. I'm pretty sure some person out there will try to play the promo card. But anyways, next stuff on the card is it's times 2 weak to steel. I saw that kind of coming, because if it was weak to psychic, and here's where the useful information comes in. Well, let me wait. Let me say the rest of the stuff. It's a 20 resistant to dark. Again, I'll get on that later. And a retreat cost of 1. Kind of standard for most EV forms besides Jolteon. Jolteon sometimes tend to have a 0 retreat cost. But anyways, all of the card stat aside now, let me get into what I think are going to happen to the fairy types. Now, here is a thing right now. Steel type Pokemon don't have that many cards to hit super effective against. Some rare occasions of some ice Pokemon like Kyurem will have the weakness of steel because it's part ice and stuff like that, but even though they still share the water trait in the card. Next is the resistance of being dark. Now, I know what you're thinking. In this generation, fairy Pokemon are completely immune to Dragon. Now, I'm pretty sure that some cards will have that. Some fairy Pokemon will have Dragon on there as a resistant. But, in all honesty, I think it would be a better idea if they stayed dark. Why, you may ask? Because Darkrai is still a thing. Because in Legendary Treasures, they reprinted Darkrai. So Darkrai EX is still pretty relevant. It doesn't seem like it's gonna go away for a little bit. It'll still be some time that'll be in the format, so that will also give fairies a good advantage depending on what kind of fairies we get coming out. Like, for example, Xerneas EX is probably going to be a good thing, and yes, EX are still in the format. We are going to get Mega Evolution cards of some things. I don't know which ones are going to be first. I'm pretty sure it'll be the Kenso starters first, obviously, maybe. I would think. But yeah, it is good that they have it with a steel weakness and a dark resistance. Now, I would not be surprised if later on some fairies get the abilities where they are completely immune to dragon. That wouldn't surprise me. But let's face it, dragons aren't exactly the best thing in the Pokemon trading card game, which is pretty funny because in the game, dragons like ruled over the meta for quite a while. But TCG dragons weren't all that. Only real playable deck at the time was Garchomp Altaria, and even with that, it was a lot better than the Rayquaza Eels. I meant to say it the other way around. Rayquaza Eels was better to me than Garchomp was. I mean, with Garchomp, yeah, it's a fast attacking deck, which is okay, but once Rayquaza was set up, all it really needed to do was discard, like, what, 1 energy, I think? Because I forgot Garchomp's HP. Or, it's around, something like that. Whew. Anyways, yeah, around there. So, Sylveon does give us some pretty useful information on what we can expect from the TCG. And I think I've been rambling long enough. Yeah, I mean, besides the artwork, I think the artwork on the card looks a little okay. But for me, it's a little too much because I'm not feeling the whole fairy kind of thing. It's a little too pink for my taste. I, really into the dark kind of like black stuff, psychic and dark type Pokemon in the TCG. But that should do it for this video. So I will see if I can get some TCG stuff coming your way. Since the new starter decks did come out, I would like to get a review on those pretty soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.